All right, so today we have what I hope is a bit of a treat. Brett and I are going to play a short match, 6 games of Blitz. And here we go. He's recording and I'm recording, and we'll see how we compare to what we each think of the position and the games, and hope it's fun. He's obviously several hundred points higher rated, a lot better player. Maybe I can get a couple points. Let's see. Waiting on Brett. Uh, There we go. I think that's probably expected. He doesn't like hyper-modern stuff. We've played a lot of Slav, so let's start with one of those. He's probably saying, I figured. I like to bring the bishop out. I'm a little premature there. Usually let knight c3 go. Yeah, I could probably try to hold it, but I'm not going to. A lot of times he'll play his knight over here to pick up the pawn, but not today. That's good. It probably means I'm in trouble as far as the b7 square. I'll try to hold it. Yeah. Brett has always said if you can castle, it's probably one of the best moves available. All right. I could probably play a bishop out a little further, but let me just get castled and see what happens. Yeah, so far kind of normal, I guess. Not exactly the games we've played in the past. Brett and I have played over the board, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 times, and some over the board blitz, and some quick chess online, and this is, I think, our first blitz game online. This is 5-0, so no increment, no delay, got to keep pace. Lately I've been playing on Lichess, and well, here the choices are. I can let him take me and move my pawn over to f5, or I could take back with the h-pawn. I think I'm going to go with that. I've been playing, I don't know how many games I've played on Lichess, maybe 40, something like that. And I've been doing all right, except when I lose, I seem to either run out of time or drop my queen. In fact, the other day I had a mate in 5 that I missed, and then I wasn't paying attention, and my opponent took my queen with his bishop, and it was downhill from there. All right, well, I feel reasonably okay. If I play knight d7, he'll probably play e5. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm expecting bishop. Okay, thought he might play bishop f4 and the queen to b3 to put pressure on b7. I'm a little stuck there because I can't play b5 without making a backward c-pawn. I've had this position before, and I think I took with the e-pawn to imbalance everything. And as far as I remember, it was even either way, but I don't really like the look too much of it, one way or the other. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that again because a lot of times in these Caro-Kann type pawn structures, you might have trouble getting your pieces to the king side for defense, so I don't want to risk that. Well, he might have some plans on the king side. Now, I just said I was going to prepare to go over there, but now I'm playing on the queen side all of a sudden. This could be a mistake. I'd like to maybe play a rook to the c file and push the c pawn, but I just uncovered my Well, that's a problem. All right, I'm going to let him take the F pawn, take back with the rook, and then figure it out. Yeah, that's really good. I didn't figure out much there, that's for certain. Looks like it cost me an exchange or more. Well, this 6-game match looks like it's pretty quick at the moment. Yeah. That darn E-pawn just walked. That was bad. All right. This is tough. Okay, this is probably dangerous because he could get my knight out of there and make a battery with the queen over here, and then I'm basically toast. But, okay, he takes the exchange. I don't blame him. He's got a bunch of pawns in the... Got a pawn, 2 pawns in the exchange. Oh, see, that's interesting. Keep my knight out of there. I guess I need to redirect the knight if I want to make it do anything. He's probably going to want to get his bishop to e3, so I can't make any progress on the d4 pawn. Yeah, boy, this is rough. All right, well, all I have in this position is an open diagonal, so I'm going to use it. Okay, so he gets to bring a rook down. All right, well, I'm going to make him take my queen so he doesn't get the open file. And maybe I can set up some kind of a trick that he'll probably tuck his king in the corner, taking away everything. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I don't want to move my bishop yet because he'll just exchange the rook. I'll have to redeploy the knight and the rook to somewhere else. I can get the knight in pretty deep. Maybe I can get something out of it. Probably kick it. I got a fork here. He'll adjust to that. Boy, 2 sets of doubled pawns, 3 islands. This is a pretty weak first game for me. Okay, so he's got a half minute on the clock on me. Way better position. Seems like I may transition to just hurrying. This pawn is nice. Controlling those squares keeps him from getting over there. So it doesn't really help to do anything that way. Oh, we're running on it. Oh, he's going to double? Yeah. All right, let's make him do something with a rook that's probably in fade. Yeah, that was brilliant. I'm just passing time there because he's going to bring his bishop over and I'm going to resign. Here or here. Yep, good game, Brett. Well, that fell apart fast. I don't even think I made it 2 minutes. I've actually beaten Brett in Blitz, but that didn't look like it. I think I go back to the analysis board. Up until here seemed kind of normal. Letting him get e5 is not very good. I mean, this thing moves up right away, and toast. Especially with this, I mean, he's got so much more many free squares over here. I think the difference in the way I played it this time is sometimes I'll get this in to hold the pawn that's here, way back here before he can take, but didn't work out. All right, game 2. All right, well, I always play e4. I don't think I will tonight, just to maybe change it up a little like Magnus. That's funny. But Brett is always wary of me playing a gambit. He doesn't like gambits, so we've been playing a lot of Evans gambits. Yeah, that figures a bit, huh? Maybe he wants to play a BLITZ. I can accommodate that. I kind of like playing against it. I like to play with f4. I had this game in a tournament in Schenectady, and it's a pretty interesting game. And I thought my opponent probably could have crushed me out of the opening, and he didn't. I ended up doing a lot better as it unwound. So far it feels a little better than I remember with Brett, or in this game, than the last one. So he wins that pawn. He backs off. Could castle queenside. All right, I'm going to bring that guy out, give myself 2 choices for where to castle. I sort of expect a bishop over here. That's okay. More or less within plan. He'll castle kingside. I don't know. Looks like castling queenside is all right. He's going to bring his rook to the open file, and then I have to redeploy this queen somewhere so he's out of the way. Maybe I can play either this and that, or maybe I can just bring the bishop all the way over to g5 to try to disrupt his king side a bit. Sure. He is going to pester my knight next. I think this is a sacrifice in some lines. I'm going to give it a try. Probably pin me now. Oh, Mike, what are you doing? Feels like you get nothing for that. That's what happens sometimes in Blitz. You make these impulsive moves and they don't get you anything. I think I'm a little bit too concerned with the time control of 5-0. Like I said, I've lost some games at it, but on the whole, a lot of the games are finishing with a minute or 2 on the clock. Somebody will make a mistake, or somebody makes a great move or great play. I've had a few of those, but maybe not enough. Certainly not at the moment. I would expect his queen knight to come out, maybe the rook to be over on the queen side. So far, I've got nothing for that move. However, if I push this pawn, pester this knight, would he come there? Yeah, probably. You know, in for a penny, in for a pound. Brings his bishop back. I have e5. Might bring this knight over, or this rook over. That's why I can't play. I don't know the names of the pieces. Yeah, that's good. Let me try this. If he gets his knight here on the end of an exchange, he's got a little fork here with his bishop. I'm going to watch that. Brought this rook over so that I could maintain that fork I was contemplating. Boy, those bishops cover everything. It is something. Got to play a little faster here. I don't feel like I'm sunk, but I don't have much either. All right. I think this will only serve to trade our pair of rooks, keep his other rook off of here because of that pin. I got to try to deflect his queen from guarding this area. That's very hopeful, isn't it? Got to have a bishop coming in there somewhere. Let me protect my queen side tactically. He'll push g6. I don't want to bring my knight back because I'd like maybe to push it toward his king side. I'm a little desperate there. Boy, it would be nice to think that I had a fork by going here, but then he'll fork me here. But I have mate. If I go like this, he just can't move his knight for a moment. That goes nowhere. This is tough to talk while you're playing. I never did it before. Brett has made a couple comments to that effect in his videos. No doubt about it. Same thing. It's a bit of a trade. He can't take my bishop. I've got his queen covered. He might just trade off that. Ooh, that hurts. This is total desperado time. I've got maybe something over here, but I don't quite see it. Yeah. I was thinking I could put the queen here. He has to take, or he blocks. It's going nowhere. He's got me on the back row, too. Oh, boy. What a mess. If he goes in the back row, I got to play my queen up to d6. I got to hurry up and do it though. One of the games I lost on time, I had a winning position with him and Zugzwang, and I just went so darn slow. Like that. 5 seconds to do what I wanted. I might just have to trade whatever comes up because there's just no time, yeah. All right, that's a good game again. Probably got a little bit impatient with the piece sack opening up my queen side. Now that I think about it, seems a little dumb. Problem was I didn't get the position I expected. The game I mentioned over the board in Schenectady was sort of, I guess, like a rat, and we kind of had a little maneuvering in the middle. He went over to, he retreated his queen back. Next thing you know, it was a regular game, but let's see what happens. I'll challenge him. I should have black. Good game, Brett. 2-0. All right. Let's try. Maybe a little more normal now. This is a variation he'll end up playing a4 with. Oh, surprises me. That's good. Oh, we're going to get forked here or what? No. Problem with queen c7 is bishop can come to f4. Jeepers, this is going quick. So if I take, he takes, you can bring this guy in pretty quickly, like this. Don't like the sound of that. How about take, and then I'll bring the bishop back and fianchetto. Big waste of time. Terrible waste of time. Imagine he might play check, sure. I get a tempo out of it. That's something. That's about all I've had in 3 games. Jeepers, look at this. That, I think he just had a fork there right here. All right, I give. I'll fix one problem to try not to cause another one. Man, this is rough. I've been watching Brett's BLITZ videos. He's got like over 100 of them last couple of months, where he has had a couple phases. He had a lot of losses he never would have had over the board and kept trying to stabilize. The next thing you know, I missed a few, and the next thing you know, he's trying to play for 2,200, and there he is. So none of this should be too surprising, but I don't like it. I think maybe we'll play a different opening next game. Okay, well, I don't want you to go over there, so I'll waste a move. Rook to c1, maybe. I'm going to block this. I think I want to try to maybe push the e-pawn and get a little bit less cramped. I'm only down a pawn, but I've got no coordination. He's just sitting back here, just primed. Yeah, see, now he wants to push. I'm not happy with that one. If I push now, he gets out of the way. I'm going to go back here and see about bringing the queen out this way, maybe across the board somewhere. Consider playing for this pawn, but no good. Norman Brady would like to simplify some of my defensive pieces. Trade. Yeah, boy, that's a blunder. Kicks my knight fork from here, or skewer from here. Having more fun with drawing the arrows than getting any chess done. All right, let's just try to make some sensible moves and maybe not talk as much, because it is tough. It wouldn't surprise me if Brett's not saying quite as much. No, this isn't terrible. He's got a battery on my queen, so this a little tender here. If I come up here, I can hold it for a moment, but then he pushes again. I think that's about the only activity I've had, so I'm going to take it. Actually do a pre-move, like I knew something was coming. Yeah. The trouble is, I think he has f4 and e5. Might be able to get... My bishop isn't so good. And his could be. Maybe I'll think about something like this, whereas with his queen leading, I could maybe trade off that bishop. Rook over, back, yeah. I bet you Brett knows about f4 and he's already talking about it, but he'd like to get rid of some of my pieces so that I can't do anything about it when it opens up. Or it'll still be clogged in the middle, but it'll open up nominally. Well, he can't take that just yet. Maybe I can get some space out here, maybe get a little counterplay queenside. What I mean is we can trade there, but yeah. All right. Let's see if I can then provoke f3 or bishop. Maybe rook here and go up here. I don't remember which button to click. All right, I'm going to maybe try to hold c7 with that bishop. It's opening up a bit over there on the queen side, but not all that fully. If I trade the rook, can he get in? Not just yet, but let me keep his g-pawn back, see if I can keep him from expanding. Interesting. Wonder if I can go around the corner, so to speak. Trade off that bishop, trade off the knight, the rook, find myself behind him somehow. Oh, sure. Just give up that pawn. I didn't need it. All right, I don't think I want to give up that bishop, considering it just opened up a little bit. The pawn wasn't terrible, but it was a little in the way. All right. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's a trouble move. Gotta try to keep queens on. I didn't keep queens on in a board game, over the board game Wednesday, and it cost me. Not that I was winning, but I was losing afterward. Boy, you can just plant the bishop somewhere, block up the queen side. This doesn't look good. Oh, boy, wasn't even looking. I knew I was down low on time in like 30 seconds because you see the red color, but after that, look at those pawns. I played a couple games with Brett where I was able to counterattack his pawns. They got a little bit more chaotic and I could chip at them, but not here. All right, I'm going to surprise him and play d4. And he's probably going, what? Maybe I'll play the English next time, which I never play, but what I'm familiar with isn't working, so. Oh, man. He's probably going to teach me how to play the Slav now. C5, I think, is pretty common. A5. I'd like to get in E4, but just take off my C3 knight, and I don't have anybody behind it. Get the rook to E1, but okay. I think this queen move is wrong. Shows you about playing openings you don't know. This could be dangerous, but I need to get my rooks in the game. Would hate to see his knight end up over here somewhere. So I've developed, but it's not efficient and not all that well coordinated. He guarded F7 a lot better as a fortress than I did. Yeah, so what, like E5 and then knight into here. All right, maybe this works. Trade off a couple minors. They always say you should trade off minors in the Queen's Gambit, but two minors, but I'm not sure about here. Now I'd like to get the rook over, and maybe I can push. I'm going to get this other rook, maybe to D1. Can't go over here with the knight because of the fork. That's one minor win. sure. He's going to push, then that c pawn gets a little tender. Take, pressure over here, sacrifice with the bishop. I don't like it. Rather the Isolani and a couple lines open with his queen over here in the middle than him just cracking open this king side with 3 pieces. That's not appealing at all. All right, a couple seconds on him. Same difference now, right though? Although I have e4. Maybe that helps a little. Could play f3 to back it up later. And then maybe I can play d5. Probably take with the pawn to make this pawn a little bit of a target. So take, and then he's on the queen. All right, well, I won't take. I think I'm going to do this. Swing my knight this way and see if I can help push these guys along. I don't want to bring any pieces over here until this gets solved. Great. So right here, huh? And right there with the queen. It's interesting as if I... Nah, that's no good. I was going to think maybe f4, but I don't think that works out. All right, let's try to defend g2. It's funny, the one game I beat Bredin over the board in Blitz, we played a Slav where this was a little more congested in the center, but he had a long chain like this, blocked my bishop out, except I was able to get out and win an endgame. And I was more than pleased and quite surprised. Queen over, knight up. I think the knight on e3 would protect fairly well. Maybe I can get a draw if I hurry. If I played my knight to here, he's just going to push his h-pawn. No good. On the plus side, I'm holding the king side marginally without too many pieces. I can bring a rook up. I can bring the queen over. Or am I just crazy? Do. I think either queen goes back or the rook comes off of there. And maybe we'll go here and threaten a couple pawns. No dark bishop to support. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I had one saving move, didn't even see it. Now I'm defending the king side with most of my pieces. Okay. This is a gift. Keep going. I think if he had a minute, he wouldn't be doing this. Uh-huh. Maybe push this guy up and then see if I can. Uh-oh. What? It can't be. Okay, there's got to be a mate here. I don't see it at the moment, but if he just takes the exchange and plays faster, he wins. Okay, well, I'll take one. I think I started the evening at 1740 something. So it looks like 3-1 in his favor is still even rating-wise. Sort of surprises me. All right, game 5. I've been practicing a different opening, and probably no better way than to try it out on somebody who can rough it up a bit. Yeah, I like A3, and then what I've been reading is just come back. If I could have gotten in the rook over first and then tucked the bishop into the F8, that would have been pretty good. Now, this move I don't 100% understand, but I want to learn it, so let's try it. I feel like I'm bound up already. I don't think this is supposed to do that. This Nimzo-Indian-ish. Now you have to pick a color complex strategy. I picked that one so that this pawn is fixed. Okay. No, I don't like that. We want this backward pawn here. Let me try this. Being kettle that, maybe hold this pawn in place. Trade off a not so great piece. Get my rooks in the center. That's next. That makes sense. And that makes sense. Giving up this hole, but I like to try to get this for my knight. Probably play his bishop up to guard. Oh, connect the rooks, sure, that's fine. I better protect mine. Yeah, coin flip. I don't think I can get in any of these squares with my knight, so where it is fine for now. I would expect maybe a little expansion, but I know Brett doesn't like to do it too early. Maybe, you know, F pawn, find a new place for his knights, then expand. I'm pretty bottled up. He doesn't have a dark bishop, so having this backwards may not be the worst. Let's resolve that and then See if he'll get his pawns will get a little split. I played a game with Brett once where I ended up with my knights on b6 and g6, and after a lot of dance, and it was pretty rough. And I'm hoping maybe that his knight's just a touch misplaced, at least for a minute. Until then. All right. Bring another piece over here. I don't know, maybe knight. Looks pretty good. If I hop in there, what good is it? Probably no good. Well, let's see if I can provoke his g-pawn up. I wouldn't mind redeploying to here and then there with my knight. I sure hope this recording is going smoothly. Might also like this square. That way it's got a little scope around here and still hits this pawn, which was hitting from here, but it wasn't doing anything. If I go here, he'll just take it, isolate my pawn. Let me give it a try. Expecting a rook trade at some point. This bishop, he's stuck there and for forever, basically. If it was me, I'd put the knight in and get it over with. This space cramp is rough. Rough. That's no good. I'm not going to be pushing that pawn anytime soon, but that was just a practical, quick move. I think I was thinking maybe I could get the bishop over here somewhere, keep any pressure on this kind of stuff, but yeah, that pretty much kills that bishop. All right, then we'll do this. Bring the bishop. Okay, I want to move my queen bishop, but I don't want him sinking in here. All right, first we'll do this. If he trades knights, I'll probably trade this way to stop his pawns. If he sinks in his knight to here, I think I just have to take it and block it because I don't need that knight. I don't want to have to redeploy my queen just yet. I don't have a good spot for it. He could also try to move up, yeah. Now he'll get a passer. Oh, no passer. Okay. Interesting. I got to overprotect this pawn, I think, since he's on it twice. Good play. Now he's going to sink in. All right. Trades. Yeah, I don't want to trade because he'll get the passer. That's no good. This suddenly got not so good. So probably not prudent, but a little desperation time here. I don't think he can trade. Maybe a check here. I'll have to go in the corner. I'm sure he would like this guy here and there. That's pretty good. "20 seconds. Can I hold them?" It's tough. That's checkmate. I can't do that. Nice move. Very nice. Can I get 2 pre-moves in a match? Save myself 10 seconds of goofing around? No. Oh, what did I do? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's just great. All right. I heard you. Pretty much stuck on the back rank because he's got all these checks. I can't get a discovery on the G file because of his bishop, which is killing. All right, take a chance. Oh, back row. That's okay. They're connected. That helps. I'm barely even looking anymore. Oh! All right. That was not great, but faster at least. Good game. Yeah, the thing about Brett is somehow he finds a way to loosen you up, and at the end of the game, he's got so many chances for endgame tactics, and he's just counting it out so fast that he always has pressure through the game. Probably the one game he was most complimentary of, it was that game with the knights on these squares, and I unwound. I played like 2/3 of a good game, but he played 3/3, so that was the end of that. All right. I was going to play 3 openings different, but my best chance is this. Let's give it a try. Again. All right. I got to do better than last time. Yeah. I didn't like this at all. We'll try it differently. That game I mentioned over the board, I had played one of these moves, discovering onto the queen, and he went all the way back to d8. Oh. Knight to here might have put his queen in a bit of a bind. Would have to come back probably. I think it's definitely time to either relieve some of this, because I'm a little better developed, I can go to the king side. I'm going to do that, and then, yeah. Now the threat of this means his queen's just going to be back here, pushing at my king side. But, you know, that's probably more fun. Let's just try. Obviously, get rid of one of those. Depends what he does. Let me try it like this. If he had fianchettoed, I'd be kicking his f6 knight. Oh, it's going to pre-move, but I got to look at whether or not taking with the pawn would be okay. Push the c pawn. No. Oh, that's trouble. He just beat somebody at a chess.com tournament with one of these positions. I think that was him. He had black, and white basically was pinned to the back row when he finally got mated. Now I'm down a pawn again. I'll tell you, I definitely underestimated this narration. I'm finding it to be not so much distracting, but it is difficult. I think this guy's got to come this way because the knight controls too many squares over there. He could end up getting his knight down here. I don't like it. How many times have I said I don't like it? All right. Let me keep his b pawn back. Keep that from his bishop. And well, I think that helped me because I needed to get that bishop moved anyway to connect my rooks. Glad I haven't pushed this or he'd be pressuring. Now I protect that with the rook. I'm going to see about maybe playing this and this bishop over. I got this feeling I could be getting my queen trapped over there in short order. I was thinking about this, too late. I'm thinking about this. That got hurt. What if I just block that? Ah, nuts. I totally missed this night. God, what a rough night. I was really hesitant to kick that thing because of now having no f-pawn, but obviously should have. Down again. All right, but I got some time. What's the best? Settle back or push ahead? He's got those two rooks. They are going to push. All right. That's the answer. I think he's got too much material and a lot of lines. I don't think he's going to give it back. No, I don't want that pre-move. Because if he pushes, oh, it wouldn't even be legal if he pushed to E3. Oh, look at that. Pay attention. Rook up, queen back. Probably giving him too much tempo there. All right. Trade here. Queen gets a discovery out of it. Yeah, boy, you know, it would be so nice if he only had one rook back there. Oh, that would be beautiful. I could do this. But of course, that discovery, oh yeah, sure, that discovery gets him a queen. That wasn't very cool. Every time I hear that noise, I think I've timed out. Yeah. Oh, too slow. Oh. Yeah. You know, here at the end, when I was over here, I didn't mind it, you know, when he had room, but now I see I can't escape because he can, maybe I can get my king to here, then here, but that's that. 5-1. I was really hoping for more like 4-2, a couple of draws thrown in. Too slow in some cases, too much of his center pressure in others. All right, well, hopefully we can do this again, Nick. I can equip myself a little better. I don't think I see anything else here to talk about. If I had done, what could I do? I don't know. Rook to D2. I got nothing here. I got no checks. I suppose I could try to trade these off and make him go chase that while I hold the 3-2 king side. That's not going to work. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see how Brett thinks about all this. Thanks, bye.